Here's the main. So you can see we used from Kinematic, import turtle. Turtle is where we're going to be drawing the turtles, using to draw the turtles. Display instructions is going to tell the user how to play and how to use this part. And then we have the user input, where they can choose their number that they want. It has to be positive, it can't be negative. If it's negative, it'll be given that error message there. And then we have the graph choice. They can either choose the displacement, velocity, or acceleration by using 1, 2, or 3. Here's the displacement equation, and then the velocity, how we solve for velocity there. And then we have the acceleration, and then that's the main. Here is when we do the unpacking of all the data list tuples that we used, which is going to be unpacking it. And then we have the choice 1, which is the displacement. And then we have the choice 2, which will be drawing for the line for the velocity.
So guys, this is Kinematic file. This is the actual class. Here we import turtle and to draw methods, and then we have a function called construct axis that's going to construct our Cartesian axis, and then we have the function y intervals, which is going to take a turtle object and the maximum value, and that's the function for creating the y intervals. And then we have the function x intervals, which creates the x intervals and places the number corresponding to the intervals. And then here we actually have the Kinematic class, and it's going to create an object with the attributes named in the code. And then we have the Cartesian method. Here I just point out a few attributes, and then the Cartesian method is what's going to actually build the Cartesian axis. And graph displacement, that is also a method that you can call, and it will graph the displacement. That's the code in order to graph each data point. And then we also have graph velocity on there. It's going to take data in there and it's going to graph accordingly to the data. Then we have graph acceleration, which is going to do the same thing and graph acceleration. And that's pretty much it for the Kinematic class. Now we're going to run a file, and we're going to just place 10 for displacement, then we're going to have 2 for velocity, 2 for acceleration, then we need a time bound of 100 to 100, and we're going to grab displacement. So here we see it actually constructs the axis. This is where the construct axis method comes in, and as you can see, it creates the x intervals also. So as you can see, it's a quadratic, looks beautiful. And we're going to try a velocity as well, so you can see all the various graphs that we have. Alright, if we run the file, just put in some values. They just have to be positive integers. Here I just put any integers that are positive, and then press 2 for velocity, and here it creates the velocity. Again, it calls the Cartesian axis method, creates the x intervals, creates the y intervals, creates a Cartesian axis, everything, and there you go, a linear function with a y-intercept. Alright, and then for the last one, we're going to graph acceleration, and same process, we're going to put values in, and all that matters is acceleration, really, because the acceleration is constant. So we'll put our time bound, and we choose number 3. So then it goes again with the same process, creates the y intervals, creates the x intervals, and eventually it will graph the acceleration versus time graph. it should be constant. As you can see, it's constant. And so yeah, thank you.